Imagine telling someone in the early 2000s gaming scene that gamers were going to start to get jacked to improve their game performance. They would probably look at you like you have five heads and like you lost your goddamn mind. But here we are. Thanks to popular esports teams like Excel Gaming out of Britain, we are seeing the results of what can happen if gamers start treating their esport like training for a physical sport.
But don't just take my word for it. In this video, we're going to dive deeper into some of the recent research when it comes to esports and how health and fitness is helping them get better at their games, as well as in future videos, we're going to talk all about the details of the Excel esports training regime that is mentioned here in this little article. But for now, let's dive deep with some experts talking about the research and how they keep their pro gamers healthy and fit.
Percent of gamers and players are getting the recommended amount. They're getting way more than 90% of other gamers and way more than the general population. So this leads us to the conclusion that in general, it appears that people who are ranked highly in video games are most likely healthier overall. They're doing some kind of exercise. They're getting the amount of exercise they're supposed to or more, and they have a better BMI. So they're probably, it seems like there's this link, clear link between being a healthy person and being highly ranked in a game. And obviously you can be healthy and be terrible at video games. But we're talking about on average, the average player, and you're not average if you're in the top 10%, but when you're only looking at the top 10%, that average person in the top 10% is very healthy and healthier than the general population. That's the real brilliance of this study, is that we found that yes, there's this correlation between people who are highly ranked in a video game and their health.
Now that we talked about the correlation about being a pro gamer and a super healthy individual, we can take it over to some doctors that talk about how they work with their pro gamers to ensure that they are at the best performances they possibly can be and treat them like pro athletes.
As gamers.
As a gamer, you are an athlete. You know, many of these professional gamers, they're gaming for 8 to 16 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. So it's a lot for the body, it's a lot for the mind. It's like fitness. It's not about just being fit for the day, it's are you fit for life. My goal is to let them know, yes, I respect you as an athlete. As a physician, I'm going to take care of you properly. And third, I'm going to give you a game plan so that you don't get injured. Exercise is non-negotiable. You know, for many of us, gaming is non-negotiable. We game because we love gaming.
Now, the success of Excel's training regime is mainly credited to their nutrition regimen, but of course, it's also credited to them hiring trainers. Looking into the nutrition side, the team is focused very much so on how they fuel their brains and how they fuel their bodies going into a big game day. Obviously, leading up to the game, similar to any other sport, you would be training physically, mentally, and on the game itself prior to game day. But on game day, also similar to any pro sport, you are looking at what to best intake in order to improve your mental performance, your reaction times, and your long-term endurance. One thing that's super important when it comes to gaming nutrition is looking at how much time that's spent inside and supplementing for things like vitamin D that you might not be getting. And the trainers that work with the Excel Gaming team focus on that a lot. It helps improve your performance on game day and ensures that your mental health is in alignment and ready to go for your hours worth of gaming competing in esports. Naturally, the transition from unhealthy gamer to a fit top performer at both the physical level and the gaming level didn't come obstacle-free. Some obstacles gamers may face going from a relatively sedentary lifestyle to training like a pro can be things like risk of injury. If you're new to the fitness space, you may go too hard too quickly and injure yourself, keeping you away from the game and unable to continue to train in your sport. Another obstacle they may face is one that a lot of us in the fitness space face. You can go from one extreme, not working out and being sedentary, to becoming obsessed. This is a mental game that if you spend so much time training with your esport, you may lose sight of the training in the physical realm. Or vice versa, spend too much time on the physical and lose time on the game. That balance is a very delicate balance between gaming and fitness, but they really do play together, and without one, the other probably suffers. The third obstacles gamers may face when going from unhealthy gamer to fit pro would be enjoying the grind. We have to grind out our games to become a pro, and you have to grind out your fitness to get healthy and be ready to perform at that pro level. Enjoying that grind and learning to go in every day and find the things you like and gamify your way to the top is one of the harder lessons most gamers trying to get fit have to learn, and an obstacle that every one of these pros has had to learn to face. Now, here's a perfect example of the injury issues, right? When we're not quite up to speed with where we should be, sometimes injuries will happen. Or in this case, sometimes they just happen because life happens. This particular pro gamer ended up getting hit in the eye by some resistance bands and went full blind for 3 hours. With the case of pro gamers, losing 3 hours of time in game can make a huge difference. So being able to keep aware of what may injure you and being able to be aware of your body's signs and signals when it comes to getting injured is super important. However, going on to the next example, this is all about time. As gamers, we want to spend as much time in the game world as humanly possible. However, that doesn't always come to be. We have to make priorities, whether it be life, jobs, or in pro gamers' case, the game. And sometimes gamers, when they're looking at their priorities, make the game a bigger priority than exercising. And as you can see with this particular pro gamer, they took some time off to get really into the game and didn't worry about their body, but then realizing that they needed to, as I would put it, get their head out of their ass and get back to where they needed to be, started exercising and recognized the improvements it made not only in the game, but at home outside of the game as well. Now, moving on to the last example of obstacles you might have to overcome as a gamer who's trying to get fit is enjoying the grind. This gamer is an example of being able to enjoy the grind. They have made it a part of their stream routine. They have made it a part of their travel routine. And that can be difficult to make sure that getting to a gym and working out is just a part of your culture. But when you involve things like your stream and your community in that and in your goals as a whole, they can help share in the goals with you as well as make the grind a little bit more enjoyable. At the end of the day, gamers at any level should take a lesson from Excel Gaming and the other pros that have started to blend their fitness and their gaming. Because not only does it make you healthier as a person, but it can improve your overall game performance. And who doesn't want that? So if you're looking to get fit and become a pro, just like the guys mentioned in this video, please like, comment, subscribe. And if you're looking for more health and fitness related to gamers, join our lovely Discord community. But that is all for this video, my lovely Chaos Gremlins, and I hope you enjoyed. And next week, we'll be diving a little bit deeper into how these teams and pro players did it. So, be on the lookout for that, but goodbye.